As an ethicist, I contend the prevailing narrative that the British Empire was entirely racist and rapacious is overly simplistic. This assault on the imperial past is often an attempt to malign the West's record today. However, in places like India, the empire was not solely built through violence and racism. For instance, after abolishing the slave trade in 1807 and slavery itself in 1833, Britain increasingly conducted itself in India based on a belief in fundamental human equality. Much effort went towards suppressing slavery in the slave trade across Asia and Africa. Officials were often concerned by the plight of indigenous peoples affected by expanding settler activity. There was a genuine humanitarian impulse underlying and limiting colonial abuses. Additionally, while the empire undoubtedly started with trade and companies like the exploitative East India Company, over time the British allied with supportive Indian elites to maintain stable political environments that facilitated commerce. Collaboration and consent, not just domination, were central to enduring imperial rule. This included cooperating with Indian merchants who often preferred British rule as more orderly and profitable than potential native alternatives. Furthermore, the British Empire in India and elsewhere ultimately facilitated its own dismantling. Facing post-war bankruptcy and growing independence movements, Britain peacefully granted India and other colonies independence with relatively little bloodshed. This was a far cry from fascistic empire bent on imposing their ideology and will by any means. So in summary, although the British Empire should be held accountable for its abuses, it is wrong to depict it as a solely evil enterprise built on racism and exploitation. In India and elsewhere, humanitarianism, collaboration, and peaceful dissolution showed it operated under moral restraints absent in some other imperial ventures. My goal is bringing nuance to the polarized debate over Britain's imperial legacy.